My name is Hjörtur Scheving, and as I said, I'm from Iceland, but I've been living here in Norway since 2010 now. Enjoying your oil money. I'm a bit curious. Designers, I see there are a couple of three at least designers here. Developers? Yeah, and the rest of you're not doing anything important, so it's okay, it's okay. I have a degree in software engineering, and the plan was always to become a developer. That didn't really turn out. We are not always in control with our lives, and suddenly I woke up and realized that I've been working as a UX designer for almost 2 decades. But I say mainly UX designer because I'm also a lot into other design disciplines. I do some project management, marketing, accessibility, search engine optimization. So you can say that I know a lot about many things, but I'm not an expert on anything really. So I don't really know how it happened that I got a job with cyber, but I'm a UX designer there. And I'm a part of the design lab. So today I want to tell you a little bit story here, my story, that how I used to be a superhero. You have to excuse my slides here, you know. They are like, being a UX designer, you focus on the content, not on the rest of it, you know. So back in 2003, this is young me here, and my wife. So I started freelancing in Iceland back in 2003, as I said, as a freelance UX designer, or as we were called back then, web designers. And of course, as a designer, then my focus, of course, straight away was to, how can I brand this? You know, how can I brand my new business? Should have been focusing on sales, of course, but being a designer, then this, you know, was the priority. But before I tell you a bit more about my branding history, then I need to tell you a bit of a backstory here. So back in 1995, my brother wrote a children's book called Lazy Town. And this was, you know, very successful in Iceland, and you know, after one book, then he wrote another one. Those books were then turned into theater plays. Those were then, you know, finally done into a TV series, and they made over 100 episodes and were aired in about 180 countries, I think. I'll show you here a little short clip. If it works. Of course.
Welcome to Lazy Town, a place where you want to stay. You'll meet Robbie with his rotten plan, and Sporticus saving the day. Stephanie is new in town, and soon she and Ziggy are friends. With Pixel, Stingy, and Trixie too, they're gonna have a blast together. Go, 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 get a Lazy Town. It's the start of a break.
That's enough. I was trying to control the volume here, but I couldn't. So you see, it's a mix of puppets and real-life persons. And where there's a story, you know, a good story, it has to have a villain. And that's him here, Robbie Rotten. This Lazy Town is about people, the people of Lazy Town, they live very unhealthy. They eat unhealthy, they don't exercise, eat a lot of candy. And you know, I don't know where my brother gets these crazy ideas from. You might think that he had someone close to him who, you know, who he based it on maybe, but I don't know. So here's the villain, as I said, Robbie Rotten. And with a villain, you have to have a hero or even a superhero. And that's Spartacus. So this fellow here, this is actually, he's played by this is my brother. So it's my older brother, but yet smaller. But so that's the backstory.
Sorry, is it your brother?
Yeah.
In the Syria?
Yeah, so he wrote,
Right?
yeah. Aren't we alike? You know, I can make that. So, I'm trying to. So, back to my branding story. So it started out as a family joke a bit, you know, because I couldn't let my brother be the only hero in the family, of course, you know. So this is when my alter ego was born, and I became the web hero. Huh? Yeah. I know what you're thinking. It's so professional. Yes, thank you very much. But you have to remember this was almost 20 years ago, so please, don't judge me, you know. But this may have started as a family joke, but there have been times in my career where I truly feel like a hero, you know. I come in and save the day, you know. Clients, you know, I save the day for the users, for the clients. They have something that isn't working, and I come and fix it. And this superhero feeling, it was really strong here in the old days, you know, when it was very usual that I would be called in, you know, to come and fix things. And often it started maybe with somebody had a brilliant idea about something, you know, wanted to make something. They will write some ideas down on a napkin, hand that over to a developer, and then ask them to make it. And the developer, he would, you know, sit down and code it and do everything, even design it, even though that wasn't his thing. And then they had a solution in the end, and it worked, kind of, but nobody could use it, or maybe it wasn't what the users were looking for. So they would call me, and Hjörtur, can you come and you know, make our solution pretty, slap some colors on it, and maybe some glitter or something like that? So I would come in, I would swoop in, no, I would stroll in more like it, you know, I would come and. So I would come and I would fix it and do what I could, you know. And in the end, they would have maybe a more usable product, more logical solution, a little prettier. And, you know, I would come and the web hero would save the day, you know. But losing my track here. So. Yeah, that's what I thought. But luckily, these days, I'm no longer just called like an afterthought. They don't, you know, just get in a UXer here, you know, just to make it pretty. Nowadays, we get to come into the project much earlier stages, and we have much bigger impact on what is made and how it's made. But And UX is getting, as you know, a seat at the table. We're getting bigger roles, and then the companies, the clients, they are seeing the value of design. And you know, UX and design is kind of cool. It's a powerful thing. So and with those skills, you know, we understand the users, and we can, you know, make great experiences. And I thought that nothing could really stop us designers, us UX designers, but I thought so until recently, really. Because over the last few years, our lives, or all your lives and everyone's, it has become digital throughout 2 minutes, and I was like, so so I had technical difficulties here. So you are all using your mobile devices, you're using your computers at work, you do everything on your phones, and you're all super users. And as super users, you know what is a good experience. You know what is, what is usable, how if it's, you know where the sign-up button should be on a page, right? You know if the navigation is good or bad, if you can find things or not. And you know if a payment process is okay or not. You know what a good user experience is. And finally, I come to the. So when I have 1 minute left, I come to the point of my talk. Is that you are all user experts. It doesn't matter what your job title is. If you are a developer, designer, project manager, functional architect, or something. So it turns out that I am no longer a web hero, You all have these powers that I had. So the thing that I want to say is that in all projects that you're involved in, no matter what your job title is, you need to be involved, and you should be involved in the user experience. You should be giving me feedback on what is good, what is bad. What I'm designing, is it usable or not? You should contribute to the UX work no matter what your job title is. So I really need your help. So speak up in projects, especially if you're with me. I'm not going to bite you. I'm not going to make fun of you. I'm not going to laugh at you. I might, slam the door and storm out, because we designers, we are divas, of course, So 1 minute left, or we're finished. So that's the point of my talk, really, is that contribute, talk with me, talk with other designers. No matter what you are all UX expert, So thank you very much.